what's up? What's good? My name is George. This is my YouTube channel, and I'm glad that you are here. If you're new to the channel, quickly go click subscribe. Be sure to hit the like button and comment. Make sure you comment, family. But like for real, make sure you subscribe. Be sure to hit the notification bell. Today's gonna be an amazing video, and I hope you are pumped for it. I hope you have brought your pens. I hope you have brought your books and your A game, because today we are writing. All right, now in my previous video, I was talking about, I was introducing my writings. It was an introduction to my writings. Yeah, it was an introduction to my writings, and I gave my first spoken word piece. Well, in today's video, we'll be doing an experiment. I'll be sharing tidbits of how to write. So this won't be a very long video, but I'll be sharing some tidbits on how to write. Okay, I'll be sharing what to write, how to write, and everything like that. And then at the end of the session, we're going to do what I'll be calling the writer's experiment, where I'm going to write a spoken word piece based off of a word. I can't wait for this one. I'm excited. So if you don't know what we're doing right now, we are about to start writing, and you can see I have a notebook with me. I have my notebook. I don't know if the camera can pick that. Yes, I have written the writer's experiment right there. It's called the writer's experiment. That will be the title of this week's video. So writing 101. We are talking about writing poetry. Now, let's quickly get it. I mean, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let us do it. So the writer's experiment. Right, the writer's experiment. Now, what are we looking at? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So we're looking at writing 101. If you're new to writing let me not say writing 101, but if you're new to writing, these are some of the tips that you need to know. So I've been writing for a very long time, a very, very long time. I think, as I mentioned in my previous video, dating all the way back to like 2010. I've been writing. Granted, I hated my pieces of writing, but here we are. And I've written a book before, an ebook. I think I lost my other book. I was writing a book that was supposed to be published, but I think I was really careless. Yes, I was really careless. I didn't take care of my things, but I'm still looking for that book. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. So today we're talking about writing poetry, writing 101, or writing spoken word. It depends with how you want to call it, but today that's one of the things that we are looking at on today's video. All right, so let's get into it. Now, when it comes to writing, what do you need to know? What do you need to have? Well, number one, you need a pen. Number two, you need a book. Yeah, it's easy. Number two, you just need a book and you need a pen. Those are like the first things that you need. If you want to be a writer, you need to have a pen, you need to have a book. I know a whole lot of us will say, no, but I have a phone and I can type on my phone. Well, what happens if your phone crashes? I mean, you haven't necessarily thought about it, so very advisable that you go old school, so that you're able to document each and every period, each and everything that you are able to write down. By each and every period, what I mean, each and every time that you were writing, you'll be able to document and say, oh yeah, I started this time, and I got inspiration from here. Not that you cannot do that on your phone. You can do that on your phone, but I would advise that you get a hard copy book, so that it will be easier for you to follow up on records. Most of the times we get distracted by what's on our phone and everything like that, because we've got so much that's on our phone. There's so much traffic on our phone, but there's less traffic when it comes to writing things down on a book. So I would advise, if you're going to be a writer, if you're going to be a poetic writer, if you're going to be a poet, you need to have a hard copy book. I'm not saying you can't use a phone. You can use a phone, but just for easy record keeping. If you're a person who doesn't lose books, if you lose books, use your phone and back it up. I mean, back it up to your Google Drive, back it up to your Dropbox, back it up everywhere. But all in all, technology is shifting on a day-to-day basis, so you might find your stuff has crashed. So it won't crash in a book. I mean, I'm not hating on technology, but it won't crash in a book. So our number one on the list today is develop the background. Okay, so develop a background. As I said, I'll be writing down in my book, so that we are able to follow through clearly. That's number one. Develop a background. What do you want to write about? If you want to be able to follow it through fully, develop a background. It's a very important habit. Then number two, plan out the structure. So plan out the structure. All right, let's quickly get into number three. So number two, let me explain. Number two, when we say plan out the structure, is after you've got the concept, because developing the background is practically getting the concept, okay? You're going to develop the concept, what you want to write about, where it's coming from, the inspiration behind it. That's basically developing the background. Then you're going to be able to plan out the structure. So you're going to be able to put piece by piece and say, okay, this is how I want my piece to be. Put out the intro, main body, and the conclusion, and then you say, this is how I want my piece to be. So number three is, after you've planned out and you've developed the background, number three is grab your book and pen. Grab your book and pen. All right, so what you need to understand when you say grab your book and pen, just grab your book and pen. Grab a book and pen and start writing. Grab a book and pen so that you can be able to jot down the thoughts that come. There might be so many random thoughts that might come when you're writing as a poet, because you are a very creative person, and as a creative you need to understand that sometimes inspiration might hit you in the weirdest of ways. So you need to have your pen and your book at hand at all times. If you can carry them in your bag, carry them in your bag. Like, serious, don't just let it stay for staying. No. Okay. All right, so getting down to number four, put your ideas on paper. Now, why do we put our ideas on paper? Well, as I said, inspiration might hit you in the weirdest of ways, and you are a creative, you are a writer, you are a poet, and everything like that. What you need to understand is, if you're not going to put your ideas on paper, what happens if the inspiration of the moment vanishes? What happens? Are you going to be left homeless in your book? What are you going to write about then? You need to put your ideas on paper. For instance, you're writing about oranges, and yes, not the color orange, but orange is food. Yeah, the fruit itself. Yeah, so what are you writing about? Oranges. So inspiration hits you, and you begin to think about how juicy it is, how sweet it is, the shape thereof. You put all those things down on paper, because who knows, the next time the wave of inspiration might hit you. As a creative, you need to understand that sometimes you might be in the mood, sometimes you might not be in the mood, but always put your ideas down on paper. That is a very important discipline that you and I need to learn. If we're going to be good writers, we need to discipline ourselves to a point that, in as much as I am not inspired, I will write. In as much as I am inspired, I will write. Because the problem comes in where we are trying to write, where we're writing, okay, because a wave of inspiration has hit us. And then where we're not writing because we don't have that wave of inspiration. Who knows when the next wave will come? Sometimes you have to sit down and begin to crank, begin to process, and begin to think, what can I write? I'm not inspired right now, but what can I write? Because there are certain pieces that have taken me 2 years to write, and they're still in my book. Talk about waiting for a wave of inspiration. Sometimes it doesn't necessarily come. You have to push it. Number five. So number five, after you put your ideas on pen. So number one, we've said develop a background. Number two, we said plan out the structure. Number three, grab your book and pen. Number four, put your ideas on paper. Number five, after you've put your ideas on paper, begin to now process. What do I mean by begin to now process? See if the things that you have written are making sense, and then begin to place them. So begin to now process. If you are writing about an orange, you said your ideas were that it's juicy, it's got an intriguing shape, it's really tasty and everything like that. So you've put your ideas down on paper, but now you need to now process and think, so what? The orange is juicy, it's tasty, it's sweet. What? I mean, that information is not useful to anybody if it's not carefully processed. I mean, that's just data or data, depending on where you're coming from. Data. Fine, yeah, jokes. So begin to now process. So that means you now begin to put down everything. Now you begin to structure it properly. You now begin to put, okay, so an orange is tasty and it draws me to itself because of its sweetness. I mean, I always run back to you. You know what I'm talking about it. I think I'm not funny anymore. So that is now begin to now process. Then number six. Number six might be our last one. Who knows where this would take us? But number six on the list today is edit. Very important part. I'm giving you my personal tips. You won't necessarily find these on Google, but number six is edit. Because sometimes the English that we might put in the piece of writing that we are doing might not necessarily be the right type of English. We need to be very critical. Okay, so number six, edit. Begin to edit. Begin to check where the errors. Where did I go wrong? Did I do good here? Didn't I do good here? You need to do that. You need to do that so that you are able to perfectly bring out the piece that you're writing. Then number seven, which is our last, actually. Yes, number seven is our last. So number seven is present it. Whether you're presenting it to yourself or to your homies, present it. Present it. I mean, present it. All right, so those are 7 easy steps for you to be able to write. Number 1, develop a background. Number 2, plan out the structure. Number 3, grab your book and pen. Number 4, put your ideas on paper. Number 5, begin to process. Number 6, edit. Number 7, present it. Okay, present it so that you can scrutinize. Is this work really coming from me? I remember I told you in my previous video, I said I would write and then I would sit down and I would think, nope, this is not okay. This is not okay. And in most instances, we think that what we write is okay. Sometimes be your greatest critic. Don't necessarily just write something because you've got the ability to. Sit down, think, and scrutinize it and say, no, this cannot come from me. No, it cannot be me. Somebody else, but not me. I have to bring out excellence. You have to be a person who will write with excellence. I mean, if you don't write with excellence, who will? Those were easy tips to getting to write your piece. And you might have many questions. Please be sure to drop them down in the comment section. I'll be able to respond to each one personally. Yes. But I'll be able to respond to each message or to each comment personally, so we can get to helping one another. Maybe you've got questions and everything like that. So the writer's experiment. Now that we know all 7 steps, I usually use this book for work. So yeah, now that we know all 7 steps, I don't have any piece of writing here. These are my 7 steps. Yes, 7. You can see I wrote them down a few minutes ago. These are my 7 steps, eh? So I'm going to give myself a word to think about. And when I'm thinking about that word, what's going to happen is I'm going to write a piece about it, and I'm going to demonstrate everything that I wrote. And we'll be home and dry and end this video, XA. I mean, let us end the video, XA. Subscribe. So my mystery word is, it just went away. Why did you run away? Don't run away from the truth. Don't run away from the truth, 'cause I'm not giving up on you. What did I get myself into? All right, so my mystery word is Scarlet. Scarlet. Right here. Okay, I hope that can be seen. But my mystery word is Scarlet. So okay. All right, my mystery word is Scarlet. A color that looks to be red. All right. Let me get to writing. Whatever happens, happens. All right. That was a long process, But all in all, we are done. And just to make it clear, I wrote this piece like just right now. I followed my steps. Yeah, I followed my steps. And a disclaimer, this piece is not written to anyone or for anyone. I just came up with this just as a demonstration. No one at all. If you want to make it personal, you can make it personal. It's written for you people. I mean, it's written for you awesome people. Yes. So this piece was just written a few minutes ago. It's called Scarlet, and I think it's trash. I don't know, but all right. So I wrote 3 pages. First of all, I wrote 3 pages. I wrote 1, I wrote 2, and 3. If you can see, there are a whole lot of corrections, whole lot of mistakes. I just wrote that. So let's cook. The name of the piece is called Scarlet. I hope you like it. It might be personal for most because that's how maybe they are seen. Yes, that's maybe how they are seen by their partner, by their loved one. But I just wrote this just for writing's sake so that I can demonstrate. So let's cook. She was beautiful. I mean, everything I ever wanted was she. She was the one. Her body curved as if she was forged by the gods. Perfectly chiseled, she made arts and crafts class bearable. She was the one. Her skin more fairer than snow, drawing more attention than a soccer goal. See, she was the one. Her posture overwhelmed me like 1,000 waves crashing over the borders of my mind. Her lips sang a beautiful song. See, her lips looked like they were dipped in honey. Honey, she was. Beauty so dangerous that it would set fire to the sun. She made crayons want to be her, for she was more than a color. See, she was the one. And she is my favorite, dear Scarlet. Hey, you're amazing. Yay. Yeah, so that's something that I just drafted. I hope you guys will like it. Yeah, so I was just leading you through a few steps, and I hope you guys will be able to like it and you'll be able to learn something from it. Yeah, so I just came up with Scarlet a few minutes ago. I don't even know what it's about yet. I don't know what it's about yet. But what do you think Scarlet is about? What do you think Scarlet is about? I don't know as well. I just wrote it down because I was just thinking, and the first mystery word that came to my mind was Scarlet. So let's just try and write Scarlet. So we wrote Scarlet together. So thank you very much for watching this video. That's number 1. Thank you very much for watching this video. Number 2. Thank you for the 103 subscribers. You guys are amazing. Thank you for everybody who's been consistent since day 1. I just realized I released Ghost Lover about 2 months ago. It's been a while. Yeah, the cover video that I did. Go watch it. It's on my channel. But thank you very much to each and every person that has been subscribing. 103. Let's take it to 200. Keep on supporting. Let's keep on putting out amazing content out there, and I hope you'll be able to learn. More funny videos coming along the way, more awesome content, and more awesome covers coming against the way. Along the way, against the way. Yeah, more amazing videos coming along the way. So that's that. And if you would like to see me do a particular video, please make sure you hit the comment button and you'll be able to type and say, yo, I want you to do this video. I want you to teach us on this, or I want you to share on this, and I'll be able to take in your comments, contributions, and views. So thank you very much to the 103 subscribers. You guys are the best. You guys are awesome. You guys are amazing. Join me next time for another exciting episode, even as we are going to be learning more about writing, even as we are going to be writing something more. Who knows, we might write something better than Scarlet at gunpoint. So God bless you. Stay tuned to this channel. I'll be having another video coming up like really soon. So yeah, subscribe, leave a comment, like the video, turn on the notification bell. I'm George Samuel Perry. I love y'all. Come with me, just a